Michael is the only player where I have that.
Who's your favourite player growing up? Pro, non-pro?
Is there anyone that doesn't quite get along with everyone?
When you practice, do you hit many McDarts?
What is it like playing Vanguard actually? That's an interesting question. So we're going to be doing questions at the oche with GIAN over there, the man himself. Well, he's got it 180. Oh, not quite. But we're going to be doing some questions while we're throwing, just get to know him a little bit better. So, GIAN, first question. So the first one, I think the main one that everyone really wants to know, who got you into darts? I think that's a big question.
As a family based or?
A bit of both, I guess. It could be family, it could be a pro.
Not really family, someone. I think my parents always used to watch darts on television at home, and I watched it as well. And I played football by then.
Yeah.
I think I was 9 or 10 years old, and there was a local darts competition at a football club, which I participated in, and I won the tournament. So everyone there was like local darts, but not very good. But
so you were decent at a young age?
Yeah. So they told me, we see that you have some talent in this. Do you want to join us for a tournament once? Or so that's why I did, and then a half a year later I quit football and only played darts.
Oh, so how old were you when you did that?
10 years.
10?
Yeah.
You better than me then. So actually that leads into the next question, is when did you feel like you could make it in darts and like sort of take it as serious as you possibly could?
It's a difficult one. When I was like 12, 13 year old, everyone, especially the adults, they told me like you are better than other players at your age, or at least one of the better ones in Holland. So if you still find it fun and you try to become better, etc., you can become a professional. But at that age, it's really difficult.
Yeah, because you can't put everything into it, can you? And it's
So I think my realization came a couple of years later when I was like 19, 20 years old.
Right.
Only a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I was doing well at like 14, 15 year old.
Yeah.
But then I grew really fast.
Right, yeah.
So I was like this, and then 6 months later I was way taller. Yes. So it was difficult back then. So for like 2 or 3 years I didn't hit anything.
Yeah.
So it was difficult.
So yeah, next question. Who's your favourite player growing up? Pro, non-pro?
GIAN.
GIAN.
Yeah. When I started, it was back in 2011, 2012. So 2011 he played the World Championship final versus A. Lewis. That was like one of the first matches I still remember.
Yeah.
And then a couple of weeks later he won the Premier League. So I think Gary Anderson, especially back then, was one of the favourite players I watched.
So, do you know, I didn't expect that either, to be honest. Usually, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but being from Holland, a lot of people do say like Barney.
Especially like 2012 was the year that Michael, of course, won the
World
Grand Prix.
Yeah.
But Gary Anderson.
Oh, right, no.
Yeah, so far, what's your favourite moment in darts? Personally?
My favourite moment so far has been making the semi-final of the European Championship, especially beating Michael van Gerwen in the quarters. Even though Michael didn't play at his best in the quarterfinals, it's always a great moment for myself to beat the number one of your own country. You know, especially around my place, everyone knew I was playing darts and I was doing well. But if you beat Michael van Gerwen on the television, everyone was like, "Wow, now it's really getting serious."
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's probably the highlight of my career so far.
So what is it like playing Vanguard actually? That's an interesting question. Is it the aura?
Is he
Yeah.
Even if he's not playing well, it's actually the aura of him.
You know, they always say famous people got like an aura
Yeah.
around them, and I don't have that with many dart players, but with Michael, I really do.
You can feel it through the TV, I think, as well. Even him just walking up to stage and stuff like that. So I can't imagine actually getting on.
I've only seen this walk out once live at the Premier League, and I think it's great.
Yeah, he really does have that aura around him, and it was special to play him, and even to beat him was even more better.
Is there anyone you'd say has that same feeling when you play them? Not just Vanguard, like if you're thinking, oh, I've got him next round or playing him next.
Not really, actually. There, of course, if I play like Luke Humphries or Jesse Price, you always know you've got to be up for it. But I always get the feeling against them, if they play at their best or near their best, still have a chance.
Right.
But if I know if I play Michael going at his best, you will get nowhere near.
Yeah.
So I think Michael is the only player where I have that.
That's good. That's interesting.
I think my favourite game of yours was when you beat David Hatter 6-0 on there.
Oh, the Euro Tour.
Yeah, that was just nuts. Like, I don't know what your average was, like
114.
140, yeah, that was insane. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I hit 1-3-1 for the match, treble 17 top stops, and I turned around and I looked at it like, I don't know what.
Did you nervous during that match?
No.
Did you, like, when you're on a high average, do you think, oh my god?
You know you're on a high average, but just try not to think about it.
Yeah.
It's difficult, and but I knew I was playing well. But Damon was playing well, so he pushed me as well. So I needed to play well.
He seems to play well against all the AG players.
Yeah. It's one of those things as well. Like when they have those sort of games, like when Hector has those games, like when against Little, he's like 100 and whatever average.
Yeah.
At the end of it, do you sort of talk to each other, like, because you all know each other. Do you talk to them and say things like, what was that? Like, how was that?
Sometimes
114 average.
Sometimes you do, especially in the practice area backstage. You meet each other, of course, because I got some interviews after the game, so he's already there.
Yeah.
So I walked in the practice room and he looked at me like,
Yeah.
was that necessary? Like that kind of stuff. We all have that banter.
That's
with
crazy.
each other.
Because the beef on like the pro doesn't really last in the lanes.
No.
Because you all like a lot of travel together and stuff.
Yeah, you always, especially on the Pro Tour, with the same 1 to 8 players every time, week in, week out. And especially if you're top 16, you see each other at the Pro Tours, at the televised events, at the Euro Tours.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we all get, at least I get quite along with everyone.
Yeah. Is there anyone that doesn't quite get along with everyone? If you like, you know that you sort of keep your distance from them?
Well, not for me, no. Of course, there are some players who can't take losses very well. So if they lose, just like, okay.
Yeah.
Especially in the practice area, if a couple of games before me, someone loses and you know, he sits over there at the table and all this stuff, I always move away from that. Like, don't get near him, don't get in his way, you never know what happens. But no, for the rest, everyone's quite friendly to each other and we all get quite along.
Oh, that's good, that's good.
What's like your goal for the rest of the year then? Like in darts, what's your what do you want to achieve by sort of December?
My main goal for this year is to win a title. Pro Tour, Euro Tour, televised title, doesn't matter, just win a title, professional title, and yeah, my goal was to make the World Match Play, the World Grand Prix, but I'm looking good for that, all the tournaments, and for the Euro Championship as well, so just making the televised tournaments is great for me itself. Just win a game each tournament. Just get to the second round at least, and we'll see what happens then.
Do you feel like you're in a place at the moment, like with your practice, that you feel like you could be on it, or? Yeah.
Especially on the Pro Tour, I think I got quite a good chance of winning a Pro Tour this year. The televised titles are always different, especially on the longer formats.
Yeah.
So that's going to be tough, but just I'm already happy to be in the World Match Play, World Grand Prix in the second year. Just see what happens.
You know you're good enough. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know yourself. You're good
I know if I'm on my game at that day, I know what
You
to
can
be
be
in.
anywhere. Yeah. No, it's really good.
When you practice, do you hit many 9 darts?
No, not at all.
No.
I think my last 9 darts in practice was like January, maybe.
Really? I hit one the other day.
Really?
No, definitely not.
No,
That was his first 180 to start with.
No, yeah, that's fine. But no, so we've spoken a lot about darts. Do you play or watch any other sports?
Play, not really. I watch a lot of football. Kind of got into tennis lately as well. With the Roland Garros just passed.
Yeah.
We had a tournament in Holland last week.
Yeah.
So I watch quite a bit of tennis.
Could you root for in tennis?
That's the problem with tennis. I'm not that into it that I have
Just sort of watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like to watch everyone.
It's quite a satisfying sport.
Yeah.
I think there's not many Dutch tennis players, is there? Really?
No, you got Talon Griekspoor, who's doing quite well at the moment, but that's that's about it.
Yeah. And you said you watch football.
Yeah.
So who's your main team? If you were allowed any ticket to go to a game, who would you choose?
Ooh, any ticket.
See, I know you said this before the
Yeah.
start about Ajax.
Ajax is my favourite team, but if I could choose any team to go to, I'd probably choose Man United.
Yeah.
Ajax is more accessible for me to go to the game, so. Yeah, I think I'd choose Man United.
Yeah, going to the theatre dreams.
Yes.
And so last one, this is off topic, it's a big one. What is your go-to Nando's?
Go-to Nando's order. Quite like
I've seen you there a few times.
Yeah. The 4 bonus chicken thighs, peri tamer.
Oh, very
I used to be a secret menu one.
Yeah, I don't like spicy, so I want the sweet peri tamer ones.
Very famous on top, I agree.
With
It's like barbecue.
yeah, with 2 sides, one side of the fries, and one side of the long stem broccoli.
Broccoli guy, I like that.
That's it.
I have to get mash.
Does it
I
ever
like
change
mash.
if you win? If you win a tournament, does it ever change? Like, do you spend
Sometimes. It depends if it's a long day,
You
you
get
haven't
the
eaten all
starter.
day, then yeah, then
Yeah.
of course, then maybe some extra things. But no, that's the main go-to order.
Yeah, amazing. Well, that's all the questions we have for you, Jan. And yeah, thank you for that. And
No problem.
what just 180?
Ah,
We got a 9.